Hi, today we're going to talk about how to set up a generic aftermarket Apollo seeder with 2 granular and 2 liquid tanks. We will be connecting one CM-40 control module to control the 4 tank channels and one EM-24 expansion module for the section control. From the main run screen, select the spanner icon to switch to the setup screen. Under Implement New Custom, select the implement type. This is determined by whether it's a linkage seeder, a tow behind seeder, or a tow between seeder. The implement type selected will affect implement geometries, so it's important that you select the correct type of implement. In this example, we are selecting a tow behind implement type. Touch the plus to create the new implement. An operation requires restart warning is presented. Tick to proceed. Touch on implement name and use the on-screen keyboard to name it something meaningful, such as the model in use. In this example, we will name it Apollo Section Control. Tick to confirm the new name. Tick to proceed. Now select the type of implement control desired. This is dependent on the seeder capabilities and will be either section control only, section control and rate control, or rate control only. In this example, we are using section control and rate control. Touch the next arrow to proceed. Touch on ECU type and select Apollo. Touch the next arrow to proceed. Touch on implement function, select seeder and tick to confirm. Touch the next arrow to proceed. At this point, you need to ensure that there is only one ECU connected. If there is more than one ECU connected, you need to remove the ECU power or comms plug from the EM-24, leaving only the CM-40 currently connected to the system. Touch the next arrow to proceed. Once the Apollo ECU has been detected, touch the next arrow to proceed. You will then be presented with a configuration summary showing that the Apollo CM-40 is set up for rate control only. Now touch the Add ECU button. Then connect the EM-24 expansion module. Touch the next arrow to proceed. Once the ECU has been detected, touch the next arrow to continue. Again, you are presented with the configuration summary. You can see the Apollo EM-24 is set up for section control/monitoring. If you had more than 4 tanks, you would follow the same process to add a second CM-40 for the additional product control channels, which would also show on this summary. Touch the next arrow to proceed. Now select the seeder manufacturer from the list. If it's not listed, then select Other. Touch the next arrow to proceed. Now select the number of multi-section booms. This means if there are booms that have more than one section, then these need to be entered here. So if you have a granular tank that is whole bar on-off, then the granular booms value will be left as 0. If you have a granular tank that has 5 sections, then you will enter the number 1 in the granular booms value for the one boom that has multi-section control. The same applies for liquid. If you have one liquid tank that has more than one section on the boom, then you will enter a 1 in the multi-section liquid boom value. If you have 2 liquid tanks that have more than one section on the boom, then you will enter a 2 as the value. In this example, we will leave the granular value as 0 for whole bar on-off granular section control, and we will enter 2 as the liquid value for 2 multi-section liquid booms. Touch the next arrow to proceed. Enter the number of fans on the seeder followed by the next arrow. You are then presented with a boom summary. The booms can be renamed to something more meaningful if desired. In this example, we are going to rename boom 1 as granular, and we will rename the 2 liquid booms as liquid 1 and liquid 2. You can also see here that each of the liquid booms can control 12 sections. Touch the next arrow to proceed. Now enter the number of tanks required. In this example, we have 4 tanks, 2 granular and 2 liquid. Touch the next arrow to proceed. Touch on the tank names and rename them to something more meaningful if desired. Touch on the tank type for each tank to set to either granular or liquid. In this example, we are assigning tank 3 and tank 4 as liquid tanks. Touch the next arrow to proceed. Touch the green tick to save the configuration. The console will automatically restart. Following the console restart, you can proceed with setting implement geometries, followed by the CEDA configuration. You will also see a configuring ECU message, followed by a synchronizing ECU message. For a detailed description of implement geometries and CEDA settings, please refer to the Apollo CEDA Control Operator's Manual. If the Apollo firmware mismatch message is presented, refer to the How to Upgrade Apollo ECU firmware video. And that is how to set up an Apollo CEDA implement and ECU for a 2 granular and 2 liquid tank system. I hope you found this video helpful and have a nice day.